Hello my lovelies, welcome to my channel. It's lovely to have you here with me again, and welcome to the Lionsgate portal. This is the 8th of August 2020, so it's 8/8, and as you may have seen in my previous videos, there is an extraordinary energy opened up today. Well, it's the culmination of it opened up today. A portal of energy called the Lion's Gate. And so I'd like to share with you certain things that I've been made aware of. And if you've watched my 3 previous videos, I was talking about not just the Lionsgate portal, but the Ascension codes within us being activated at this time. And for some years now, I've received downloads and information from what I would call a galactic source, and they have a collective name of Mildreus. And I was going through some of the writing I received recently, going all the way back to 2012, and I got a nudge to share this piece of information that I received back then because it's so apt, it's so appropriate. And also this is my painting, a white lion known as Ingwavuma, which means he who speaks wise words, and it's the Swahili name for this beautiful creature, and they come from a place called Timbavati in South Africa, and it's the only place on the planet where white lions have shown up. And so he wanted to be the one shown on the actual Lionsgate portal day, whereas the other depictions have been of the divine feminine lion and the kittens, Tommy and Min, and this here is Ingwavuma. So I'd like to share with you the words I received, as I say, in 2012, and it's very interesting. It was on Saturday the 13th of September, and so we know that the number 13 is the divine feminine, and there are 13 moons in the cycle of a year, and 13 is a number of change and transformation. Dearest one, as the accelerated energies gather upon the planet, many people will be feeling fraught and disconcerted. It is stirring up the emotional body of mankind, and the collective energies are building with the influx of great waves of fear. There is a deliberate manipulation of energies by those who would hold mankind at the lowest vibration of fear, to keep them from acknowledging that part of themselves that is divine. Powerlessness will be a major issue facing many people as they continue to struggle with the awakening energies that are calling to empower them. The light workers must stay strong in the face of this major fluctuation of energies and not take on the collective angst. There is so much fear being projected into the ethers, and it is so important for you to cloak yourself in angelic protection and not to allow anything to sway you from your firm stance. Relationships are being ripped apart as the new paradigm cannot accommodate negative and stagnant scenarios. People are being forced to change. Their whole beings are being challenged to transform. For many, it is extremely painful to part from a relationship that no longer serves them. Their inner guidance system is urging them to cut away the debris in their lives that is preventing them from shining so brightly as their true selves emerge. Anything that has been hidden from each other and ourselves will be revealed. There is nowhere to hide. honesty, truth, and integrity are paramount with others and yourselves. Those who are awakening to their true selves may feel as though they have been released from a prison of their own making. Some may feel bereft at losing a comfortable, secure existence, as they are thrown into a completely new way of being. Others will embrace the changes wholeheartedly and feel the joy ignite within them as a refreshing wave of life force floods through them. You, as light workers, are the midwives, birthing these people's souls into consciousness. There is such a need for you to be ready for the influx of people needing your help. After a period of contraction, where the universe has breathed in, now comes the out-breath, the cosmic sigh. And so ensues an expansion of energies. Your whole lives are changing, transforming, transmuting. All of your energies are touching each other now, and there is bound to be a reaction. There will be a divide, as there will be a great resistance from many in being forced to change. This may cause a blockage in the attempts to keep the cosmic flow going. Do not focus on any negativities in this onrush of new life. The new child is being birthed, and there is no stopping it. All is being divinely orchestrated, and the angelic hierarchy, the ascended masters, the cosmic beings of light, and the family of light are working in harmony in the delivery room to bring this child safely into the world. It is not a matter of us and them, angels and humans. It is a collective effort of all of existence to change the vibrational consciousness of the whole of the multiverse. You are part of that multiverse. You cannot be separate from it. It exists within you. What you see externally in your lives is what is going on inside you. If what you experience around you is not pleasing in any way, then look within to the changes that you can make. Also remember that as you are a part of all that is, you can call on all the guidance and help that you need. It is always available to you. You think you are powerless and at the mercy of the powers that be, yet you have just forgotten how powerful you are. You have allowed yourselves to be controlled by the media in all its forms, and thus the collective consciousness of doom and gloom. In acknowledging that you do not have to tap into that negativity and turn your focus to a positive collective consciousness that is purely to serve your highest good, then your lives will change dramatically and for the better. Feel within yourselves now the great anticipation of a birth of a new way of being. When any family is awaiting an addition to their tribe, there is great excitement, planning, cleaning, decorating, preparation, new clothes, prayers and hope for a safe arrival. We assure you that this child will arrive in divine time, and the celebrations across the heavens will be so joyous. Then comes the time of adjusting your lives to this bouncing bundle of joy. There will be the obvious adoration of the child. There may be sleepless nights with one ear alert to the cries for attention. There will be the regular feeding times and the moments when you cannot comfort the baby, no matter what you do. And then, after a time of anxious caring, all is soothed and peace ensues. A careful watch and attention needs to be given to this new spirit, and as this is done, so the love grows between you and deepens beyond anything you have experienced before. This is the divine, unconditional love from the Creator of all that is. You are in tune and aligned to your soul purpose. You are then consciously aware of why you are here and what you came to do. Within your DNA are held universal codes of existence, which, when accessed, will allow you to live your lives in the full consciousness of your whole being. These codes are being activated now within the collective, and you can deliberately activate them yourself. Do not worry about how this is done or how it will affect you, as your higher self will only allow those energies to be activated that you can appropriately handle at a time. Ask in your meditations to connect with your inner knowing, your guides, your higher self, to enable you to access the information contained within these codes. Why are these codes held within our DNA, and what are they for specifically? As mankind is continuing to evolve, the collective mind has been in the process of awakening to ancient energies held within the DNA. As with any area of growth, understanding only comes with time and experience. And so the information contained within the codes is activated when mankind has reached the point of critical mass, where the window of understanding opens to allow access to those who are ready to receive it. For some of you, it can seem a heavy responsibility to hold and share this information. There will always be detractors to any new idea. Then, further down the track, that idea will be absorbed into the group consciousness of mankind as the norm. Through the millennia, the consciousness of mankind has been held at a level that has disempowered the majority. The powers that be invented ways of controlling and manipulating the masses to keep them from accessing that divine part of themselves. Also, there were fewer souls on the planet, and so it was easier to contain that control. There were those who had other perceptions and awareness, whose souls shone with the brightest of light. These were those who honoured the earth and the natural cycles of life, who stood outside the control of the authorities and stood quietly in their power. The wisdom of the ancients was consciously held within these people and used wisely to instruct others in the old religion. This knowledge has been labelled occult, which merely means hidden. It has been represented to the masses as evil and to be feared. Again, another way to keep mankind from accessing their inner knowing. Every experience that you have is embedded in your DNA. And so these enlightened souls who worked for the collective good are the source of many of the codes that are now being activated. As more people spend time in nature, in the fields, the woods, by the sea, so do the codes within them awaken as the vibrations held within the trees, the oceans, rivers and fields meet those who are attracted to those areas. The voices of the past will whisper the ancient passwords that unlock the doors of perception for you to remember who you truly are, and thus embrace the energies to bring you into alignment with the source of all that is. It is a huge undertaking and shouldn't be taken lightly. However, it should also be seen as an amazing adventure for everyone, and joy and fun should be the primary aspects in all you do. Keep love in the mix in all that you do, and know that fear cannot enter in where there is love. The codes are multi-layered and consist of many aspects to a new way of being. A part of you may feel like you are being controlled or manipulated. Who put these codes in my DNA? Do I really want them activated? Can I stop them from being activated? If I allow a conscious activation, how will that impact on my life? You put the codes there in your DNA, your ancient self, the non-physical part of you. So that came through on the 13th of September 2012. So it confirms to me that time is fluid. It's not linear. There's no beginning, ending, start or stop. And I had to read those words a few times to really get the gist of it. But the messages that have been coming through over the last few days and within the other videos has been so strong about these codes being activated that I just knew it was the right time to share those words with you. And another part of the story. So I've shared a little snippet from my story, Sylvester, Archie and the Angels, where we had Tommy and Min going into the woods. And Ingwavuma is also one of the characters in the book. So I've got a little snippet about him that I'd like to read to you and share with you. And it's knowing that my codes have been awakened quite dramatically in this last, as we moved out of July into August. This huge awakening of oh, okay, I wrote this story a long time ago and it's taken a long time to come to fruition, but it is, the messages are so appropriate for now. So here we go with Sylvester, Archie and the Angels. Oriel took Sylvester to the special place, this time to a forest glade. Sitting there in the hazy sunlight was an enormous white lion with piercingly blue eyes. He was very old and wise, very agile, and when he sat, his back paws touched each other like he was praying. His big pot belly jiggled up and down as he made a gentle roar, and it sounded like a deep, throaty "Om." Sylvester approached him cautiously, and when he spoke in a dark brown voice, said, "I am known as Ingwavuma, and I work very closely with the four-leggeds, the feathered ones, the gilled ones, and all other creatures, to help them understand their part in the divine plan. The Creator granted you a mission to help the family you are with to realize that they have angels to guide and guard them, and that hugs, strokes, and cuddles are the best way to help them to open up to receiving the guidance they need," said the lion. "You are not just a kitten, you are a being of light in a kitten's body. You are extremely powerful and have existed many times before. You have everything within you to help you to accomplish your task. Not only do you have your guardian angel, Oriel, you also have your connection to the divine." Sylvester the kitten sat at the feet of the enormous white beast. His little heart opened up, and a gorgeous pink light shone from it and connected to the lion's. The colours expanded to silver, white, and gold, and both cats were enveloped in this light. Sylvester closed his eyes and started swaying. The lion did the same, and a huge "Om" left his throat and joined Sylvester's small offering. The white lion then continued. "The family that are known as cats decided many thousands of years ago to come to Earth, to be the guardians and protectors of humankind. You may appear to be just a pet, but you come from a high order of keepers of ancient knowledge. And at this very special time in the Earth's history, we have chosen to reveal this knowledge to mankind." "Wow," said the kitten. "So you are saying that I'm a messenger in a fur coat?" "Yes, dear one," chuckled the lion. "Humans call us dumb animals. If only they would open their eyes and their hearts, they would see that we are all one. We all come from love. We all come from the same source. Each group of animals come from a different star system. In the ancient study of the stars, there are 12 constellations, 8 of which are represented by animals in the Western calendar. There are 12 animals in the Chinese calendar, again who are represented in the heavens by constellations. We were all seeded from the stars. Cats come from the constellation of Leo, and dogs come from Sirius. Some animals have left and returned home. Mankind calls this extinction. Others are adapting to the bloodlust of mankind by changing their anatomy so that they will no longer be seen as valuable trophies. There are elephants that are choosing to be born with no tusks. We have all incarnated together at this time in a sacred agreement with our human friends to be present at this auspicious time on planet Earth. This beautiful place that we exist upon is a living, breathing being, a part of all that is. Sylvester the kitten felt very honoured to have met Ingwavuma and to have had him share his wise words. So you may see the connections that I've made with these things, and that they have arrived at exactly the right time, at exactly the right place, divine timing, bringing messages to us of explanations of why there is this huge upheaval of energies, why things cannot continue the way they have done, that there is a death, but there is a rebirth, there's a most exquisite birth, this child, this new beginning, this new life, this new planet Earth, you could call it. Fifth dimensional energies. But there's this huge disruption of seeing something that we've attached ourselves to, believed, embraced as the truth, is crumbling. It's falling away, it's dying, it's in its death throes, in its last throes, before it is swept away. And so the awakening of the codes within us, the activation of these codes, can disrupt our way of being. And as I've said in previous videos, there will be people around us who will not accept these changes. They don't want to hear what we have to say. They don't want to participate in any of this woo-woo stuff. And they will resist. And I know for myself the loss of friends, the loss of family, having to walk away, having to detach myself from old ancestral programming and patterning. It's been extremely painful. And you cannot force your beliefs on others. But there may come a time when those loved ones, those friends, those family members are awoken through another doorway, through another person, through another situation entering their lives. And when that happens, there may be reconciliation. Said, you know, you were right. All that weird, wonderful stuff you were spouting for all those years, where we called you Mad Amanda, Mad Auntie, we realise now that was the truth. But we had to come to our own awakening, our own filtering of this information. And to some people it is very, very shocking to the whole system, to the whole way of being, to the whole upbringing, their programming, their patterning, suddenly being like they're having the rug whipped from under your feet. But I'll be here. I'll be here. I'm holding that light for them. I'm holding that love for them, even though partings have been painful. That is the best that I can do, to be the best version of myself, to try not to judge, to try not to dive into the ego upset and blame or anything like that, and just to say, well, I've chosen my pathway, I've realised all sorts of weird and wonderful things, and that is my truth. It isn't your truth at the moment. It may never be your truth, but I'm not judging your truth that you're living with at the moment. So and one thing, when I was training as a Shiatsu practitioner, we work with energy, with meridians and channels of energy, and yin and yang, and I hear the two words bandied about a lot, yin and yang. Yang is the male energy, yin is the female energy, and you can quite naturally assume that they're separate. But excess yang energy turns to yin, and excess yin energy turns to yang. So when you look at the symbol, the yin-yang symbol, they are embracing each other. There is this beautiful dance of energies where they balance each other out. And so if you think of the excess yang energy at the moment, with all of these planets in Capricorn and the government dictates, etc., it will become so excess that it will tip into yin energy, the female, the feminine. And something I just heard today on the British government website, it says that COVID-19 has been downgraded and is no longer infectious. So you might like to look into that, might like to research that. It was a bombshell. That puts the cat among the pigeons, doesn't it? So I hope you've enjoyed this little sharing of ancient wisdom coming through my wonderful soul tribe, spirit tribe, space tribe, my lovely dudes. So today is the 8th of August, and it's the opening of the Lionsgate portal. But it doesn't just finish and end, that's it. The energy continues. And it's how much you are willing to open up and embrace the energies that are coming your way and what you're willing to let go of. And so I'm going to continue with this Leo energy, because we're still in the season of Leo. And there's a new moon in Leo on the 18th of August. So the main message really is play, have fun, joy, laughter, giggle, get your chuckle muscles going. Later on this afternoon, my 6-year-old neighbour next door is having a party with a bouncy castle. I've already had a go on it. So I'm really embracing the Leo energy. I'm joining in with the, I think, 15 6-year-olds, all screaming and running around the garden and having a whale of a time on the bouncy castle. So if you can find something that brings you joy, that you honour your inner child and have a giggle and a laugh with, and just be in the moment. Be in the moment. So there you are, my lovelies. Thanks again for watching. If you care to comment, that would be lovely. I'll see you again soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.